Hey y'all, I'm Sarah Wall in the Fox 10 newsroom. Thanks so much for joining us today as we go in depth in a fun topic today, Mardi Gras. We literally are just hours away from the first parade of the 2026 Mardi Gras season in downtown Mobile. We talked a little earlier about all the fun that was had on Dauphin Island, and we've had balls and things going on across the Gulf Coast. But the first big parade of the Mardi Gras season in downtown Mobile is Friday night with the Candy Cavaliers. And there is a lot that goes into getting ready for Mardi Gras season in downtown Mobile. So the first Mardi Gras floats roll through tomorrow night with thousands of visitors already pouring in for carnival season. We also have a good crowd in town for the Senior Bowl. The big crowds expected. Downtown businesses are getting ready for the unforgettable weekend ahead. The Candy Cavaliers lead it off tomorrow night, followed by 3 more parades on Saturday. One local downtown worker says they've been working toward this moment for weeks, and it's hard to believe it's almost here.
We've been preparing for about the past month. We've, like all hands on deck, all inventory, all our artists that come in were like, hey, get your stuff ready because it's gonna be big.
I love it, and I love the excitement, right? All hands on deck. It's going to be big. The party's getting started. All kinds of fun things are happening. But we do have some weather to talk about a little bit. We do have some different things that are changing because of what's going on with the forecast. So let's take a look at what that forecast is shaping up to be like for the afternoon parades tomorrow. At 2 o'clock tomorrow in downtown Mobile, we're looking at 35 degrees and very windy. By 6:30, the Pharaohs, the Candy Explorers, the wind chills are going to be about 20 degrees, and we are expecting to see, actually that is for Saturday. Let's do Friday first. Sorry about that. All right, Friday first, 6:30, the Candy Cavaliers tomorrow night, blustery and cold, right? Winds out of the north with wind temperatures around 47 degrees. So tomorrow night we are expecting very cold conditions. And then on Saturday for the parades throughout the day, temperatures barely getting above freezing. And when we factor in the wind, we actually are looking at some very chilly conditions. And because of the colder weather headed our way this weekend, we actually have a change. 2 area Mardi Gras parades have been canceled. In Baldwin County, the Order of Rascal Parade in Alberta has been canceled. And in Mobile County, the Mystic Crew of Salty Paws Pet Parade on Dauphin Island has been canceled as well. So we can come back to that in a second, but the parade in Alberta, the Crew of Rascals, the Order of Rascals Parade has been canceled, and the Mystic Crew of Salty Paws Pet Parade on Dauphin Island has been canceled as well because of the conditions outside. And as you can see on Saturday, it is looking pretty chilly out there. But here's the thing, y'all, bundle up, bring gloves and hats and mittens and the whole thing, and it'll be a great day for a parade. We just have to watch the way things float in the air with those windy conditions, right? All right, when it is time to go downtown, one of the big parts of getting ready for the parades is parking. And we have some good news. Event parking at the new parking deck in the Mobile Arena will be available. But here's what you need to know. All right, prepaid parking is actually going to be starting at $15, while drive-up parking starts at $25. So if you pay ahead, you can save some money, right? About $10 cheaper to pay ahead. The rates for 24-hour parking ranging from $15 to $30 depending on demand. You can reserve your spot in advance using the ParkWiz app. But keep in mind, when you are parking, you're not going to be able to enter or leave with your car from the garage while the parade is active. And that makes sense, right? Because there will be floats and people lining the streets and vans and all the fun things, and they will not let you drive your car through it. So taking a little closer look at the parking conditions, the City of Mobile has a really good website with all things Mardi Gras. So we're going to head on over to parking conditions and just letting you know, if you do not park in the correct place, your car will be towed and it will be taken to the impound lot. And this map right here shows us where that impound lot is, kind of giving us an idea of a bird's eye view. That's where the impound lot is going to be. But there are a lot of parking options in the City of Mobile this year, and these are all of those options. I can make that a little bit bigger. And what's great about this, y'all, this is an interactive map. If you want to go in and figure out, hey, where is this? Where is this parking? You can click on it and it will bring up where it is. It talks about how much it costs. It talks about, how to get in there potentially. Like, you've got parking, it talks about event parking and specifies Joe Cane Day, Mardi Gras Day, all of those things. So this is a great resource for you to take a look at what parking is available in downtown Mobile. Over here on the left, we have kind of our key to let us know, parking. The green P is metered parking. We've got time limit parking, permit parking. You see all of these things here as well. Also, we see these and we know what they mean, right? If you see one of these yellow or golden purple signs, you do not park 2 hours before, during, and after a parade. If you do, your car will be towed and you will end up having to go here to the impound lot to get it. So just keeping in mind, know where you're going to park when you go downtown. Maybe have a plan in place when you go so you don't end up here at the impound lot, which will also cost you more money to get your car out. But again, lots of options when it comes to parking. You can go into the map here and take a look. We also have, it's going to be a little bit harder to drive around in downtown Mobile than what we, normally see, because we do have barricades. They're already up. You've probably seen them. They're up around town. And then so we have some other temporary bollards and things that are going to be in place on some of the different streets. So when it's time for the parades, those barricades will move off of the sidewalk and they will move kind of like a little bit into the street to let you know that you are on a parade route. And then we'll see the areas where you're not allowed to drive blocked off by barricades and in some places bollards. So just know that there is a lot of security in place in downtown Mobile, but we also have a situation that we want to make sure everyone stays safe. You got to stay behind the barricades. That's one of the big rules when it comes to Mardi Gras. In order for it to be a fun Mardi Gras, we definitely want to make sure that everybody's following the rules. When you don't follow the rules, then, people start to get in trouble. So the city of Mobile lays out pretty carefully here, pretty specifically here, what the different rules of Mardi Gras are. And we know these rules, y'all. We've done this many, many times, but it's always a good idea to have a refresher. Watch out for those no parking areas, that purple and gold sign there. Watch out for those areas. You don't want to park in those spots 2 hours before, during, or after a parade. If you do, your car will be towed. No golf carts, ATVs, or side-by-sides. You can only have state-registered low-speed vehicles with current tags. We do see a lot of times golf carts and ATVs kind of cruising around, but they say unless they're registered, that would be a problem. If your vehicle is towed, the city of Mobile is going to take it to the impound lot. And again, this temporary impound lot under the I-10 overpass on Water Street near the intersection with Eslava. It's going to close every night at 10 on parade days. When the temporary impound lot closes at 10, then your towed vehicles will be moved to the Mobile Police Department's impound lot on Virginia Street. Cars towed on February 16th and 17th, though, that's Joe Cane Day and Fat Tuesday and Lundi Gras. You're not going to be moved until after 10 a.m. And so you'll be in that temporary facility overnight. You can pay with credit cards and debit cards and all of those to get your car back out of the impound, because it is going to cost you if you get your car towed. Always remember to have a plan if you're taking children with you to the parades. Always a good idea to introduce them to the police officers that are going to be out there. They're going to be police officers that are in uniform. We're also going to have police officers in plain clothes, but the police officers in uniform, a lot of times you may recognize them from year to year. So a good idea to introduce your children to them so they know where to go if they get lost. And they suggest you always put a card on your children, an identity card that has their name, their address, telephone, contact numbers, all of that. You can call 311 for non-emergencies while you are downtown. And then some of these basic safety rules and tips by attending parades in groups with families and friends. Glass containers not allowed. You can't follow the floats. You can't get out into the parade route. You can't throw any object in the direction of the floats. They throw stuff to us. We don't throw things back at them. And a lot of these are going to say after we read it that it says violators may be arrested, right? So be very careful here. Silly string and snap and pops and other things like that are illegal. You cannot cross the barricades when it is time where they get pulled out from the street or pulled out from the sidewalk. That means that, the street is closed. You cannot hop over the barricades. Don't cross them. No underage drinking. Good idea to be in a well-lit area if you go to a parade at night. standing there in places that you can, be seen and see other people are a good idea as well. No skateboards or motorized scooters allowed in these locations either. So a lot of the rules that we already know, right? But we're just kind of reinforcing them so that we make sure that everybody has a fun and safe Mardi Gras season. So a couple of things that are new. We talked about the parking at the new parking available with the downtown Mobile Arena. The parking deck there is available. That's new. And so is this. It just got easier for some people to celebrate Mardi Gras in Mobile. Nonprofit Special Needs Assistance Station for You. They also go by Snazzy. They are partnering with the city to offer reserved parking, a designated tailgate area, and rest stations for people with special needs and their families. Also included a climate-controlled tent with tables, chairs, and light refreshments. The area will also include a 24-foot trailer with a fully ADA-accessible bathroom, including an adult changing table. Snazzy's founder they're actually not from here, the founders of this organization, but they were in Mobile talking to the city council, and this is what they had to say about what they are providing.
A lot of people don't appreciate fully, if you don't have a special needs family, is our families really don't like showing up 4 hours early and having to fight for a space to be able to see. So that's one of the main things that we're enabling families to do, is really show up at the last second and still be able to get a good seat in the viewing area.
And this is so excellent to have this available to us and families and all of the people that may need to use this service. This is fantastic, right? So what you need to do, though, they've got a way to register. You can go to their website. We have this story for you on our website, fox10tv.com, but you do need to register for free reserved parking, and so you can do that on our website just to let them know you're coming so that they can kind of be prepared for that. So taking a look at where it's going to be, you can see Snazzy is going to be right there where the Snazzy trailer is, right here where the red is, and then the blue area is a parking lot that's blocked off. So definitely some things that you can take advantage of here, these special needs assistance stations for you. But the Snazzy trailer we talked about, that big long trailer, that's going to be made available to folks with special needs and their families. So the big party gets started parade-wise tomorrow with the Condi Cavaliers, and they are ready, right? So we are so excited because we got to go and talk to them. Fox 10 Stephen Moody went and talked to him earlier this week, but this is a look at the crew members for the Condi Cavaliers holding their open house to get people in the Mardi Gras spirit. The organization showing off its floats for the season and its theme, which is the Wild Wild West. And I know we talk about this every year at Mardi Gras season, but it's so fun when you go to parades to watch the stories that the floats tell. They have a theme, and each float is part of the theme. And it's almost like watching a storybook open in front of you, right? Like a picture book. Because if you follow along and read that, what the themes are, what the floats are titled, it all goes along with that theme, and it all tells a grand story, which is so much fun. Okay, so the president of the Condi Cavaliers telling us that not only are they doing all of these fun things, but they also like to spread carnival joy before they parade on Friday. Here's what he had to say.
The morning before our parade, we have a group of our maskers that go around to different hospitals and visiting people with special needs to bring some of the Mardi Gras joy to them. And it's a real treat for them, and it's a real treat for us to be able to see that joy, on their faces.
And this is always so much fun, and a lot of times Fox 10 has been invited to go with them when they do this before they parade, and it's so fun to see. So the Condi Cavaliers will roll through the streets of downtown Mobile on Friday at 6:30 on Route A. The Grand Marshal for this parade will be Mobile Mayor Spiro Cherigatis. And as we do this countdown to the parade season, we love the music, and this is so fun for us. So one big part of the parades are the bands, and a special band is going to be marching and playing with the Condi Cavaliers. So these are the sounds of the Jazz Studio. It's a program instructed by the legendary Excelsior Band to preserve the music. We got a chance to hear from these talented musicians and their at a Keep the Music Playing inaugural gala. This program is designed for students with a minimum of 1 year of music instruction from grades 6 through 12. So it's kids, and these kids are taking to the streets, and you're going to make us so proud.
We know that, physically we won't be here. Eventually one day everyone is going to pass away, but we want the music to live on and carry on. So we want to instill it into our young people and make sure, they pick up the torch where we leave off and continue this legacy so that, the Excelsior Band doesn't fade away and the music doesn't fade away.
And they are so good, right, y'all? It's going to be so much fun to see them. We are so excited about this. The Mardi Gras season is so much fun. So look for the Jazz Studio Friday night as the Condi Cavaliers are set to roll at 6:30 on Route A. All right, so speaking of routes, that's a super important part of Mardi Gras. You got to know which parade route the parade you're going to watch is going to be on. And there are several different routes, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, right? Lots of different routes. I mean, they're all in downtown Mobile for the most part, things just kind of changing directions or changing streets. You can go here to the City of Mobile's website. You can also go to our Fox 10 website, and you can scroll down and you can see the date, the time, who's parading, and what route they're on. But again, very important to pay attention. You see how we've got all the routes over here for you on our website? Okay, so let's take a look at these different routes. We're going to scroll past the Mardi Gras parade schedule and get down to the routes. So the routes differ a little bit. This is Route A. So Friday night, the Condis are going to be on this route. So you can find yourself a spot along these routes, and you'll be able to tell. I mean, there'll be barricades and other people will be lining up as well. Keep in mind, wherever you park, if it's along the parade route, you will not be allowed to get out. Kind of a significant difference with parade route B, right? So you can see how things are different. You really just kind of need to know what route the parade you're on is going. So you can see these here, parade route F and G, and one more, route H. And they'll let you know. We put the schedule out and you can see what's going on there with the different routes that the parades are on. And definitely good to know what all is going on with the different parades. You can get the complete list of parades on our Fox 10 website, as we just talked about, along with the City of Mobile. You can scroll down here and you can see the Mardi Gras parades in Mobile and Baldwin counties. They're on our website, fox10tv.com. You can look under the Mardi Gras tab, and to stay up on all things Mardi Gras this season, you can also download the free Float Tracker app. The tracker lets you know where the start of the parade is, the parade routes, the schedule, the weather forecast. We also have the Fox 10 Float Tracker app available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. It's free, and it is definitely a great resource. But just to show you, when you slide up here, there's a tab that says Mardi Gras on the top of our Fox 10 website. You click on that, and it gives you the full parade schedule, dates, times, who's parading, and on what route. We also have one other thing that I want to show you all that is really cool. So we do these stories called Unwritten Legends, and they air right here on our Fox 10 Gulfstream app, and they are so well done, y'all. We have one out right now that is about Mardi Gras. Do you recognize what you're seeing on your screen? The dragons, right? The dragons, the famous dragons with the MOTs, the Mystics of Time. Well, in our newest Mardi Gras themed episode of this Unwritten Legends of the Gulf Coast, how the Mystics of Time's Dragon Parade became one of Mardi Gras' most popular traditions. You can watch the full episode of Unwritten Legends on the Gulf Coast, available on the Fox 10 Gulfstream. You can download the app on your Roku, Fire TV, Apple, or Android TV, so you can check it out. And I highly recommend these Unwritten Legends. They are super, super cool and so well done. Neat, neat, neat to see. Okay, getting back real quick, y'all, want to let you know about that cancellation. Just a reminder that because of the colder weather, we have a couple of cancellations that are happening this weekend, right? So the Mardi Gras parades for the Order of Rascals parade in Alberta has been canceled, and the Mobile County Mystic Crew of Salty Pets parade has also been canceled. Those were both supposed to happen this weekend, and those have been canceled because of the weather. The weather does look to be very chilly. This is what we're looking at for Saturday, so the weather does look to be very chilly, but if you bundle up and you go out there, you're going to catch a ton of stuff, no doubt. And it'll be interesting to see with those blustery winds, right, how well, all of the folks on the parades are able to get those throws to the people that they are intending to get get them to. So we are going to keep you up to date on all things Mardi Gras. We're also going to be live streaming parades for you right here on Fox 10, so you can watch them from home if you would like. We do have a lot of us are going to be riding in some parades on our Fox 10 float, so we hope to see you out there as we work our way through the Mardi Gras season. We'll have throws. We'll be looking for all of you, so we'll hope to see you lining the streets. This is such a fun time of year. Just a couple of reminders, some things that are new parking areas, the new special needs assistance area, some things that are new, going over some of the rules, parking, all of those things, so we can get this Mardi Gras season kicked off just the right way and have it be the most fun for everybody involved. So y'all, we hope to see you out there, especially when we're riding in those parades. We would look for the Fox 10 float.